To another edition of the AI Agents series. So today we talk about Langflow and installation of Langflow using a Docker, and also we'll be able to go through the Langflow development interface. So first of all, what is Langflow? Now Langflow is an agent development system, and it is created through a visual interface where you can connect different components, also called nodes, to create a workflow. Now, what does Langflow present? Langflow presents an interface where you can develop AI agents with little or no knowledge of writing programming code. So, to be able to install Langflow, there are many methods to install Langflow, but we are going to use Docker. So, the first thing we need to do is open a new tab on our browser system, and then go to docs.langflow.org / get started installation. And now this should be able to open different methods of installation of Langflow. As you can see from here, you can install Langflow through the desktop, which is actually the recommended way. So if you want to install Langflow through this way, all you have to do is click here. Okay, when you click here, then you go to Langflow desktop. To show you an interface where you can download the particular desktop application for your system. But right here, we are not going to use desktop. You can either install for Mac OS or Windows. So another way to install Langflow is you have to use Docker command to pull the image and then run it as a Docker container. I prefer this method because it's actually straightforward and easier for me, and that's what I'll be showing you. Another way is to install and run Langflow through a Python package. This is a little more involved. You're going to use the UV package manager and be able to get the package Langflow 1.4.22, the current version at the present time of making this video. Then you run the installation commands and be able to install Langflow. But let's go straight to what you are here to do, which is to install Langflow using Docker. So as you can see the command right here, just copy it. Okay, open up a new terminal on your system. First of all, before you do this, I would like to add that you have to make sure that Docker is installed on your system. Okay, if Docker is not installed, go to Docker Hub. I want to download. As you can see here, we have Docker. I'm using an Mac OS system, so I can see Docker for Mac, Apple Silicon. I can also see for Mac, Intel chip. Also, there's Docker for Windows and Linux. Just click the particular one you want to install, and after downloading, click on it to start your installation. Once Docker has been installed successfully on your system, you can now go back to installation of Langflow. So I've copied this command. So go to your terminal system and then paste it. Click enter to run the command. If you haven't done this before, it should take a little while for you to pull the image and then install it. So I will come back when it's done installing. So after installation, you will see to give you a URL, which is a localhost running on port 7860, where you can actually access your new Langflow installation. All you have to do is copy it, then open a new browser tab and paste it. Click enter on your keyboard to open up the Langflow interface. So this is the Langflow interface. As you can see here, it says welcome to Langflow, your new favorite way to ship agents. We also have a GitHub page for Langflow and the Discord channel. I think you should also go through them because there's a lot of things to learn from them. So to be able to create our first flow, you have to click on create first flow. Now this where it actually brings out 3 distinct choices you can choose from. We have the basic prompting, which just performs basic prompting with an OpenAI model. So you have the vector RAG. Now what is a RAG? A RAG is a retrieval augmented generation system, which is a technique that enhances the accuracy and reliability of generative AI models by incorporating information from specific and relevant data sources Just basically, a RAG allows large language models, which are LLMs, to reference a knowledge base outside of their primary training data before generating a response and giving it back to you. As we all know, a large language model has actually a limitation to its training. To actually give its current knowledge, you can feed it a RAG system, a retrieval augmented generation in form of a document or a text, so that it can combine it with its current knowledge and be able to give you a more suitable answer. So the another one is a simple agent. So if we click right here, it will start with a simple agent. Now, what is an agent, by the way? So an AI agent is a software entity that perceives its environment through sensors, interprets that information, and takes actions to achieve the goals. So what we're actually going to look through here is this simple agent. So when I click on it, it will bring out an already made template which contains some components and workflows that actually build a simple agent. So this simple agent is actually an agent that can be able to do some calculation. You can see the calculator tool here, and also able to retrieve some information from the web, as you can see from the URL tool here. So let's go to what we can actually use Langflow, the components you can actually use on Langflow. So from the component side, I want to divide them into 4 specific components. We have the LLM, the large language model. It acts as the agent's brain. Okay, so this is actually an already made agent. You can actually choose any model provider or Anthropic here, and then input your API key. But if you want an LLM, a core LLM, you go to model. You can see it's a language model. So Langflow contains language models. Okay, it also contains tools. So this URL here and this calculator here are both tools. Now, what is a tool? A tool is what an agent can use to perform tasks aside its knowledge. It can use this URL to retrieve a URL from the web. It can use calculator tool to perform some calculation tasks. Also, you can access memories. You actually have database. You can actually store stuff. You click on data. We have an SQL database. Okay, you can actually access this as tools too. We have the file where we can actually load some files such as PDFs. You select it and then you load the PDF. And then we have vector stores. Now this is our where we can actually store our data. So in AI agents, they deal with vectors which are embeddings, text embeddings. So you can actually store them here and retrieve them back whenever you want. So from here, from Langflow, we can access LLMs, we can access tools, we can access memory. All right. We can also access system prompts, which is defined test prompts. If you go up and you click on inputs and outputs, you can see test inputs. Okay. This way you can actually, when we connect it to one of these, you can actually be able to access it. For example, I might connect this file input to the agent. Okay, once I'm connected, I can be able to actually select a file and have the agent be able to interpret it. Okay, so another thing we might be able to make use of is the helpers. You can see the calculator helper, current date helper. We also have the logic. You can actually see some programming logic, if, listing, loop, notify, and a whole lot of them. Then the processing. We have the how we process our data. We have the parser. Okay, we have the text splitter. Okay, we have the type converter. Here you can convert a text to maybe a number or so. So as you can see, Langflow has everything we need to be able to help us build AI agents. So when you click on agents, you can see you can drag another new agent here, MCP tools. You can actually create an MCP server right here. Okay. So when you click on add new MCP server, you can be able to add your MCP server according to how you want. Maybe as a JSON, or as an SSDIO, or as an SSE. Now, by the way, what is an MCP server? So an MCP server, also known as Model Context Protocol Server, is a program that acts as a bridge between an AI model and various data sources. The difference from a RAG. Unlike RAG requires generating, embedding, and storing documents in vector databases, while an MCP server accesses data directly, okay, without prior indexing, making the information more precise, up to date, and what's secure. So basically, an MCP server facilitates communication between the AI model and storage systems, allowing the AI to connect with files, databases, and APIs directly. So an MCP server can help you to access an external API from another server, maybe a web application software, and then pull the data into your model, and so be able to make use of it. Okay, so guys, I've been able to show you all the components and LLMs and tools that can be used in Langflow to be able to create AI agents. So in our next video, we will talk about creating AI agents proper as we go through the practical steps one by one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.